So yesterday we went over the biggest tech fails of 2021. Today we're going to go over the most innovative tech year of 2021 according to the author of this, who they state this is really more in the sphere of gaming and PCs. So we're going to read through this. I haven't read through this yet. We're going to check it out and see what we think. The first thing on their list, this is from CNET. The first thing is the Framework laptop, blazing a trail in right to repair. We made a video about this last week. You should go watch it. I'll link it somewhere. But it's pretty interesting. It has me excited for it, even though it'll be a while before we see it. Excuse me. The Framework laptop is one of the few innovative products from 2021 that delivers on all counts. The 13.5-inch laptop addresses one of the biggest drawbacks in modern laptops as part of the right to repair movement. It features 4 expansion card slots, slide-in modules that snap into USB-C connectors, socketed storage, and RAM, a replaceable mainboard module with fixed CPU and fan. Well, that's a bummer. That was one thing we weren't sure about last time we read through reading about it initially, is would you be able to replace the CPU? So it's kind of a bummer that you can't. It's fixed. You have to replace the whole board, but apparently that won't be too big of a deal. Yeah, right. Fan, battery, screen, keyboard, and more. It's a design that makes the parts easy to access, all while delivering solid performance at competitive prices and without sacrificing aesthetics. Its biggest misfortune is that it comes from a new company. So despite its founders' provenance of Meta's Oculus team, it faces a steep climb to turn that into success. However, even if the laptop itself doesn't last, it heralds a new trend of products designed to be more easily repairable, starting with Apple's iPhone and MacBook next year. Oh, so yeah, we talked about this. It was really in relation to that Halo, Project Halo, I think it was called, from Dell. It was similar. So this is, we briefly mentioned this. So Turtle Beach Recon controller. I am not a gamer, and I'm not sure who Turtle Beach is or what a Recon controller is, but we're going to find out. Puts in-game audio where it needs to be. Turtle Beach's first game controller is underwhelming in a lot of ways, but it makes sense that the company, with its longtime roots in audio, would be the first to put an amp in a controller where it really should be if your headset is plugged into the controller. It's a wired USB model that works with the Xbox or PC, adding equalizer presets, volume, mic mute, mic monitoring, and more to any analog headset you plug into it. Wow, I am not a gamer. I can't think of any non-gaming use for this, but that's pretty interesting technology. That's cool. I like that. I can't think of any use for it for a non-gamer, but interesting. Razer Zephyr wearable air purifier. I did read about this. Innovative, but far from ideal. When I think of products with promise that let me down in 2021, the Razer Zephyr is at the top of my list. It arrives as a concept at CES 2022, Consumer Electronics Show 2022. That was almost a year ago at this point. That smartly rethought the face mask in a pandemic-stricken era. But by the time it shipped at the end of the year, economic realities and design flaws made it a mask I can't even bring myself to wear. Razer had to drop most of the important innovations for cost-cutting reasons and tone down the claims, hence the name change to wearable air purifier and no COVID claims whatsoever, despite the ongoing need, because we're still in a scary, scary pandemic, y'all. One of the most notable is the built-in voice amp. Without it, no one can hear me talking, especially over the somewhat whiny fans. So this apparently has a microphone in it that will amplify your voice to some out-facing speakers. Well, okay, so the concept did. Apparently now the actual production model didn't, but the first run did. And I wonder if you could, it'd be cool if you could download, some downloadable content to this thing. Add voices, like you could add, you could add Darth Vader to that. You could add Donald Trump. What would be else funny to add? You could add Mickey Mouse. That'd be pretty good. That would make it a little more interesting. Oh well. Yeah, they can't hear you over the sound of the fans and your face is covered, right? So then it has these air circulation fans. You can't hear over it without this built-in voice amp. The inner lighting is supposed to show your mouth for better sociability. That would make it easier to read your lips, but it really isn't bright enough. Despite highly touting the replaceable, so you can't even talk to people when you're wearing it. Despite touting the replaceable N95 filters, the way you slot them into the magnetic holders isn't secure, so I have no faith they're actually covering the openings. So you can't talk to people. It's probably not even doing a good job of filtering air. Well, that almost sounds like a fail more than an innovation. I don't think, at least in the U.S., I don't think people are interested in wearing masks enough for that to be worth it for them. Asus ROG Flow X13 with XG Mobile. That is a really cool name. A smart gaming solution that failed to level up. Hulking external GPUs for adding discrete graphics power to otherwise lame laptops that have been around for ages. And adding Thunderbolt 3.4 is a viable eGPU connection comes with its own issues. By pairing a tiny 13-inch laptop with a highly portable dock, an eGPU combo, and proprietary connection for it, Asus solves a few problems. You can take it on the road or to a coffee shop and not have to lug a power adapter around when you don't need it. And it will work with systems incorporating AMD as well as Intel processors. AMD doesn't support Thunderbolt. Well, that's cool. So if your laptop is just not able to handle gaming or other graphically intense, I guess maybe you might have an issue with video editing or Photoshop. So this would be a GPU is a graphics processor. This particular one is, so if you have a desktop PC, you may have a slot that you can stick a better graphics processor in there instead of the one that comes with your computer, allowing you to do this graphically intense work or games. This is a portable one that you can hook up to your laptop, giving your laptop that extra capability. That's pretty neat. They've got their own connector they're using here. Cool. And the pair are quite well done, plus the laptop is fine on its own. The downside is that your laptop alone, the price has become way too high, and you can't find the GX Mobile anywhere. It's not clear if the shortage is a shortage-driven blip, though. Yeah, likely. That's cool. I wonder how much that costs. Oh, it's only $1,600 on Amazon. Apple M1 and Intel 12th Gen Alder Lake CPUs. Something new in system silicon. Nothing exemplifies the infinite spiral of when did it happen more than processors. So to me, Apple's and Intel's hybrid CPUs, a key transition to an architecture that splits fast, high-powered cores and energy-efficient cores for background processes, represent an innovative technology that was successfully brought to the market without compromising performance in 2021. One aspect I was waiting out is scalability. It's not as impressive if the architecture can't be extended more generally to higher or lower powered configurations. But Apple's M1 Pro and M1 Max launched this year for MacBooks at least proved it can scale up on graphics, and Intel's launch of the 12th Gen Alder Lake CPUs for high-end gaming and creative desktop PCs show the tech can bring quite a bit to the power side of the equation. Some questions do remain, though. One of the biggest for me is about the high end. Every hybrid implementation in systems thus far craps out at 8 performance cores, so how well it scales up beyond that for, say, a Mac Pro is a question for 2022. Yeah, that's interesting. More portable, cool machines running fast. That would be great to see. Maybe you could pair one of these someday, a computer with these new processors with one of these mobile graphics cards, and you'd be good to go on a pretty compact little setup. So there you go. I think this is definitely wins the award. This and Dell's consumer-friendly, repairable-friendly, right-to-repair-friendly, recyclable laptops These win my award for the most interesting new technology this year. So tell me what you think down below. Thanks for watching this far. Have a Merry Christmas tomorrow, and we will see you next week. Thanks.